run through some high points of your boat here so you know what you're doing out there on the water. First thing you need to do is make sure the key is in the accessory position if you want to run any of your accessories, like your lights, if you want to hear your radio, if you want your depth finder to work, you need to have your key in the accessory, and then turn the accessory switch on for your depth finder, for your horn to work, for your bilge to work, for your nav and your anchor lights to work. The key either has to be in the run position or to the left in the accessory position. Also for the fish finder as well, it is hooked to the accessory switch, so it has to be in the accessory position for your fish finder to work. So either has to be in the off position, nothing will work, run position, or the accessory position for any of your buttons, fish finder, radio to work. In order to start it, you need to have it hooked up to water with muffs like we do, or in the water before you start it. We have it hooked up to muffs, so I'm just going to start it. So to start the boat has to be in the water or hooked up to a garden hose. We have it hooked up to a hose, so we can start it here in the shop. In order to do that, the boat has to be in neutral, which is right in the middle. You need to push the trim button here on the throttle, put it down. When your motor's down and in the water, you can start it. So I'm going to turn the water on, turn the key to the start position, and it starts. In order for you to shift it while it's in the water to back it off the trailer, you can push up on the red button. You can put it in reverse, that will shift it. It will also shift forward. Now your prop is spinning. There you go. Rev it up, you're spinning and everything. In order to turn it off, if you fall out of the boat, your tether needs to be attached to you and to the throttle. That kills the engine. If I'm going to start this boat again right now, nothing's happening. That's because my boat's not in the run position. You need to have the switch in the up in the run position. The tether needs to go back on. You need to flip the switch to the on position. Now you can start it. In order for your boat to start, it has to be in neutral. You have to have the tether on and in the run position. If it's in the off position, nothing will happen. Turning the key, nothing's happening. If you have it in the run position and you have it in forward, nothing will happen. You need to have the boat in neutral. You need to have the switch in the run position, and then you need to have your water on. Start. That's the important part up here. You can either turn it off by turning the key or pulling your tether. That will kill the engine. So I'm going to turn the water off now because we're done turning the boat off. The important part of this boat, the most important part is down here, your bilge plug. This is your bilge plug. You need to have the bilge plug in, just hand tighten it for it to be in. You don't need a wrench or screwdriver or anything, just hand tighten it in and out. So before you put this boat in the water, make sure the bilge plug is in. Otherwise your boat will sink. So always make sure that is in. That's your transducer to your fish finder. And up here you had a battery charger installed. This is what you do to just plug it in. That will charge your cranking battery. Also back here, in order to raise and lower the motor, you also have a button on the side. That's your trim switch. That will raise and lower the motor for when you're trailering. So you can put it on and off pretty easy with the trailer. Everything else, you got transom straps. You need to make sure they're off before you put it in the water. And everything else is pretty much good to go. To raise and lower your top, you need to come back here and you need to push back on your little pins. That will release the top and you can put the other one down inside. Just right back in. Just into the hole and we're good to go. Put your keys and your lanyard and your manuals with your fire extinguisher under the seat.